a.m. and I know it's like, oh, well, 7 a.m. is not that early, even though, hey, some that 7 a.m. is really early. But no, here's the thing. 7 a.m. is early when you haven't had any sleep. And you're like, Glitter, why haven't you had any sleep? I don't know. I was spending quality time with my sister, and then it was like 2:30, and I was like, if I want to go to the beach, you know, to catch the sunrise, then I can't sleep. Because if I sleep, let's believe I won't wake up. It does not matter if I have 1 alarm or 100 alarms. It does not matter if it sounds like a drum or if it's the sound of someone being like, wake up, loser, wake up, loser, take over your life, take control. Are you gonna be a bum your whole life? See, it does not matter. I will not wake up. I will snooze it, and if I have to, I will shut down my phone. That is who I am, and I'm working on it. But I know that. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna risk it. And so I didn't sleep. And now I'm here. But oh my God, I have to show you the little seating, because I'm gonna have to drive like 2 hours. I'm gonna show you, where do I go from here? Straight. I'm gonna show you the little seating that I did in the back of my car. Super cute, super classy, super glitter. I like it. I can't wait to park at the beach, inshallah, and just like open my trunk and just enjoy the view. Alhamdulillah for another day, you know, of being alive, being healthy, like being able to smell fresh air, like all these great things, you know. Like, I'm just thinking about people all over the world right now that are really like going through it. Like, you know, people in Gaza, people in Congo, people now in Lebanon with Israel attacking Lebanon. Like, how many more countries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Israel, please. Oh my God, I cannot wait for Judgment Day. God, how cute. So yeah, in my self-love era, Uncle Bean. Let's see how deep we can go in. Ah! FYI, I don't have any towels with me. You know, some people really just don't want to face the truth, whatever that truth may be about, either about themselves or their reality or life or religion or their family or friends, whatever. People don't like accepting the truth, because when you accept the truth, you have to change, you have to adjust, you have to remove certain beliefs or certain habits or certain, you know, mindsets or whatever. You just have to change. And I'm saying this because I just left the gym and I was talking to this wonderful girl for like 2 whole hours, 2-3 hours. We're just talking about religion and God. She's a Christian, and you know, clearly I'm a Muslim, and it's like we were so close with, you know, the things that we believe in and everything like that, but she was also just so far away. And when I started basically telling her, okay, well, here are scientific evidence, 1, 2, 3, 4, like, you know, forget the stories, forget, you know, what I'm telling you, let's just go based off the scientific evidence that are, you know, provided in the Quran and everything like that. And she's like, well, Satan already knew that. Satan knows that people are gonna care for scientific evidence, and that's why, and basically saying that Satan wrote the Quran, and because he knew that people would care about science. He mentioned scientific evidence to get us further away from the truth. Awkward moment. Yeah, literally I was like, okay girl, I will let you have that moment for yourself, because clearly, you know, you're struggling to accept the truth right now, and you just want to make sense of it in any type of way. And it just like, there was a lot of gaps in our conversations that, you know, certain questions that I had, or I was like, okay, well, you're saying this, but it contradicts this, because she was saying that, you know, Satan basically convinced half the angels in heaven to disobey God, and then God found out and God disappointed. And I'm like, but God is all knowing. He wouldn't just suddenly find out and get disappointed and then do the, you know, and just a lot of things. And it's like, you know, she was going about responding to me in like many different ways, to where it was just so contradictory. And subhanAllah, between myself and I was like, it's crazy how sometimes you could really seek the truth and want the truth, but when the truth comes to you, you don't want to face it, you don't want to accept it. And sometimes that's how we feel about, you know, when people come to us and point out certain things about us, like, oh, you know, you did this, or you got to work on this certain habit, or this kind of thing. And it's like, sometimes we don't want to accept that we have flaws. Sometimes we don't want to accept the fact that we need to work on certain things about ourselves. Sometimes we just want to feel like we're not doing anything wrong. We just want to feel like you can't point anything wrong about the way I'm living, or the way I'm thinking, or the way I'm feeling. Like, we just don't want to be wrong. We don't want to be proven wrong. That hurts our ego, that hurts our pride, that basically shakes the foundation that we've carried, you know, most of our lives, for whatever we want to believe in, you know, or think about ourselves or whatever. And so when someone comes to you suggesting a new idea or a different perspective, it could be hard to accept that at first. And like I said, even though, you know, this video is inspired by the religious, you know, conversation I just had with her about the deen and everything like that, this applies to everything in life. You know, like, growing up, people would always tell me, like, you don't listen, you don't want to listen. And that's true. And I would always say, like, no, I am listening. But as I grew older, and as I, you know, really started seeing the truth that I did not want to accept in the beginning, which is, I'm a bad listener, I listen to respond, not listen to listen, like all these things. Only when I accepted these things about myself was I able to grow, was I able to work on myself, was I able to become better. But first, we have to accept the truth, because once we accept the truth, we're basically allowing all of that inside in us. Yeah. You know? So actually, in this video, we're going to talk about multiple things. One, which is what we already talked about, which is, you know, accepting the truth and facing it and everything like that. The second thing is, my loves, sometimes you just have to dissociate. If you're let's say you're in a car with someone and they're carrying all this negative attitude, or they're trying to argue with you, or they're trying to whatever, and let's say you're in a situation where you can't escape that energy or escape that person, go ahead and dissociate for me. And I know it's like, that's not the best thing to do, dissociate, but sometimes it is the best thing to do. Sometimes the best thing to do is to deassociate. Sometimes the best thing is to not exist in this moment, is not to be present in the moment. Sometimes you really have to take yourself somewhere far away and just, you know, exist somewhere else, because the moment that you physically are existing in right now is not good for you, is not doing you any good, and there's no point of entertaining it or indulging with it or going back and forth with it. So the best thing to do is just to dissociate. Dissociate. Someone arguing with you in the car, dissociate. Someone yapping their mouth, talking about something silly you don't want to get into, dissociate. Start thinking about your goals. Start thinking about what your outfit you're gonna wear. Start thinking about what you're gonna eat. Start thinking about, you know, what do you have to do tomorrow? Just because you're dealing with something, you don't really have to deal with it. Not everything. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to be right in everything. Even if you are right, sometimes it's better to just save our energy. Save it. Just say buzz. Just say shdawa. Just say it's not worth it. And say my peace is way more worth it than this moment. My peace is worth it. My peace is worth me dissociating right now, dissociating from this moment and focusing on something else, because my peace is important. Sometimes that's just what we have to do. You know, if you're dealing with a family member or whatever, because sometimes it's the closest people to us that need the most therapy. Seriously. Sometimes it's the people that are sitting right by us that need a therapist. We can look at them and say, wow, you are broken. Wow, you are unhealed. Wow, that is trauma. Wow, that's your shadow self. Wow, that's your ego. Wow, 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 wow. But these people are always going to be around us. Doesn't mean we always have to deal with them and deal with, you know, the negative things they can bring into your life. Dissociate. Go ahead, dissociate for me. Best feeling in the world. And if they're arguing with you, just say, and in your head, think about something else. Am I gonna be a millionaire? They're thinking you're saying to something else. You're saying to you're affirming yourself. Am I the most beautiful woman in the world? Am I gonna be a successful billionaire? I'm gonna be a successful billionaire. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to play life when it's trying to play you. The fact that I just left the gym and I got me fries. But oof, honey, that conversation that I was having with her, I need to process it by eating some fries. It was crazy. I was like, honey, even ChatGPT, even AI says Islam is the true religion. And she's like, well, Satan controls AI. Satan controls Satan. I'm like, girl, it's okay. It's okay. You can still believe in Jesus, peace be upon him. I'm not telling you to let him go. I'm not telling you he hates you. I'm telling you he's just not, you know, your daddy. You want him to be your daddy so bad. I'm telling you he's not your daddy. But I don't know. Anyways. Girl. And obviously this is no disrespect to any Christian out there. This is just me speaking my truth. Hate it or love it, what's that gonna do for me? Nothing. But you know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna keep reminding you of the truth. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.